Today we are talking about a situation in which a taxpayer used H&R Block to file their taxes for several years. They're paying thousands of dollars in taxes a year per those returns. They went to a tax professional. Tax professional said, "Hey, you actually qualify for a lot more deductions than H&R Block was giving you." Tax professional amended those returns, but the taxpayer hasn't received their refund yet, and it's been a long time. So let's go to today's question. They call it amended returns fiasco. They say, okay, I'll try to keep this brief. I'm an entertainment artist in SoCal, and for years I unwisely used H&R Block to file my taxes. Each year I owed thousands and thousands of dollars, usually in the $5,000 to $10,000 range. Last year I found an actual tax prep person, and she suggested I amend my last 4 years of returns. She helped me crunch the numbers, and lo and behold, I've been overpaying taxes for years. In fact, it appeared the IRS actually owed me money. Quite a bit, in fact. And that's kind of interesting. Let's press the pause button here. So if she's owed money, that means that she must have. Uh, I'm assuming she's self-employed, right? That means she must have made estimated tax payments during the year, and or qualifies for some kind of credit, like maybe the earned income credit if they got her income down really low, right? There's tax preparers come in all stripes. I'm this one may have been good, may not have been good, but they may actually not have been good based on something she says later. This sounded great. I filed 3 years of amended returns as well as the current year and was ecstatic. After a few months, I got some California refunds, but Fed never came through. Fine. I know that amended returns can take time. Flash forward to February of this year. Was there a timeline before? So last year is when the tax preparer amended the returns. Um, all right, flash forward to February of this year. I got my first notice for a refund for 2019's amended return. Okay. Expect the check within 30 days. I waited and waited and waited. I finally called the IRS. They say it's under review. I wait an additional 45 days. I call again. This time the answer is different. They say they received the amended return past the cutoff date for that year, and that it's an automated notice. I'm not actually entitled to that money. Oh, and by the way, we don't have your amended returns or your file for 2020 or your filing for 2022. So timeout. Okay, so she called the IRS after she waited, waited, waited. And the IRS told her, hey, we got your 2019 amended return, but it's past the deadline to get your money back for that return, right? So this could very well be the case because when you file an amended return, you have to file within 3 years of the date you originally filed that amended return in order to be able to get a refund for that year, right? So 2019 return, let's say that you filed it with H&R Block, and if you file it before April 15th, they just assume it's April 15th, right? So let's say she filed it with H&R Block April 15th of 2020. That means she would have to have filed the amended return by April 15th, 2023 in order to get a refund based on amended return for 2019. She says that she found this tax pro last year, this actual tax prep person. She suggests I amend my last 4 years of returns. So if this was after April, if the amendment was done for 2019 after April 15, 2020, and this is in my, April 15, 2023, this is in my hypothetical world here I've created where H&R Block filed it on or before the deadline in 2020, then yeah, she would be beyond that 3 year time limit to get a refund on an amended return, right? Her tax prep person should have caught this, quite frankly, before selling her on an amended return if she wasn't even able to get a refund from it, right? So, you also have 2 years from the date you pay the tax on the return, but if she paid the tax on the, showing due on her 2019 return, right, in April or May 2020, then that 2 year clock is out too, right? So maybe this tax person wasn't the best. Let's see what else they got to say. Okay, IRS says that, oh, and by the way, we don't have your amended returns for 2020 or filing for 2022. I don't know what's going on there. I mean, in 2023, unless it was very late in the year, those years should have been able to have been e-filed. 2020, 21, and 22. Tax preparer should have been able to e-file those. Not sure why the IRS hasn't had it. Okay, now she said she called the tax rep person. They said to look into it. Apparently, this new info is correct. The IRS never received these returns. Wow. So she filed 2019. Ooh, this could be bad. She filed 2019, right? But it was past the statute. It was past the time limit, the 3-year time limit to actually get a refund from an amended return. Bad tax pro. And they actually haven't filed 20, 21, and 22 amended returns. Bad fact pattern, because let's say that 2020 return was filed on or before April 15, 2021. 3 years from that is April 15, 2024, which is already passed. So she might be out of a refund for that year as well, but she's already paid the tax professional the tax pro's fee. This is why you got to work with competent tax professionals, folks. It's just stuff like this drives me bats. And of course, the tax preparer blames it on a software issue. I panic, work through a tax prep person pretty incredulously, and submit my amended and last year return. And now I'm sitting here waiting yet again of unsure of what to do, besides obviously not using this tax person. Yes, I feel very dumb, confused, and frustrated. Advice, thoughts, memes. Okay, should also add that for years, I'd been on payment plans for owed taxes. My 2020 amended return went through, but was credited towards my outstanding tax burden that kept rolling through the years. Okay, so 2021 amendment went through, right? Maybe 2020 and 2022 haven't yet. First of all, look, I would ask for proof that your tax person has submitted those amended returns, right? An e-file confirmation, all tax softwares can generate those, right? If you sign the return and then sent the signature page to your tax preparer, ask for a copy of the certified mail receipt, right? That the returns were sent, and yes, use a different tax person. I'm hoping you're able to get some of these refunds here, or at least credits to other years if you owe for other years. But it sounds like this whole thing was kind of botched. I mean, kind of starting with RBlock, not getting all the deductions that you were entitled to your tax preparer, maybe not even telling you that you only have 3 years from the date you file a return to amend that return and get a refund from it, to the tax preparer not actually making sure your returns were filed and blaming it on the software issue. Folks, this is a bunch of BS. Okay, the software will tell you if the return was not filed. Okay, it'll say that like the e-file was rejected or something, and then as tax preparer, you got to figure out how to fix that to get it accepted. Okay, that's part of doing your job. Anyway, this is kind of a sad type case. I'm glad this individual did get some, right? It sounds like that they've already gotten credit for the 2021 amended return and got a refund that was credited to other years for that. But it sounds like some of these earlier years, 2019 and 2020, were kind of botched. And unfortunately, she may be out of some tax refunds on those years as a result. Folks, thank you so much for watching this video. My name is Logan Alec. I am a CPA. I own Choice Tax Relief. We help folks with unfiled tax returns like this individual, and we actually know the rules, so you can, get the refunds you're entitled to, and if that's you're beyond the time limit, we'll tell you. We help folks who have tax debt, right? If you owe at least $10,000 or more in back taxes, we can help you get into the best possible resolution for your situation. So if you have unfiled returns, if you have income tax debt or both, lots of folks come to us with both, talk to us. I'll give you a free consultation. Call us at 866-8000-TAX. That's 866-8000-829, or fill out the form at choicetaxrelief.com. I also have some other videos here about unfiled returns on the side of the screen. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.